When you have a ton of allergies and you're always on the run, a Kind bar is like the perfect little pick-me-up. It's protein packed and it's sweet. It's super simple, just a couple ingredients, and the cool thing is you can actually mix it up and kind of do whatever you want with it. So feel free to get creative and get funky with it. I have raw almonds that are roasted, 1 cup, chopped up. I've got toasted sesame seeds, just because I like the flavor of them and kind of gives it like a nice color too. I've got raw sesame seeds, and I've got chopped up dates, a little bit of cinnamon because I love cinnamon, and I have rice syrup. And if you don't have rice syrup at home, don't you fret. You could use honey. It'll just make them a little bit chewier and a little bit stickier to the texture, which is totally fine too, because that's just something extra for you to lick off your fingers. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. All right, I did forget one last ingredient, which is vanilla. Toss in the nuts, toss in the sesame seeds, sunflower seeds, or dates. Oh yeah. The cool thing about dates is that they're really versatile, and you can use them in a lot of stuff, and when you do use them, you don't really need to use a lot of sugar. A little bit of cinnamon, and you could do this, you could use savory spices too. Add in a little bit of salt. Salt is something that a lot of people are scared of, but it's something that really brings out the sweetness in a lot of stuff. And we're gonna give this a little stir just to kind of incorporate all the ingredients together. To the rice syrup, I'm gonna add about half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. So there's about a half a teaspoon of vanilla extract on top, because we're just gonna do wet to dry. Gonna give that a little mix. And sometimes just to help this not get as much stuff stuck to it, just kind of use a little bit of spray, so that way all the goodness stays on our stuff. I want to make sure you give it a good mix. It tastes just like a Kind bar. I've got aluminum baking dish here, or a brownie pan, whatever you want to call it, 8 by 8. Use whatever size you want, whatever you have, because you can basically press it out to whatever you want. To make it not stick, you can use a little bit of the organic canola spray. And don't spray from far away, because then that way you don't have like a big clump somewhere. Make sure and press it down nice and firmly. And if you didn't have dates or any of these mixture of nuts and seeds, you could seriously do any kind of combo that you wanted. So don't be afraid to think that you gotta follow a recipe. The oven is preset to 325. Just gonna put these in for 16 to 18 minutes. And you'll see them soon enough. So this guy just came out of the oven about 15 minutes ago. And before it gets too hard, we're gonna cut it into pieces. And then, like I talked about earlier, since I have a little bit of cravings, we're actually going to dip in a little bit of chocolate. So depending on how big you actually want these to be, you can cut them at any size. And we've tempered a little bit of chocolate here. And this is a dairy-free, soy-free chocolate. Look at that. I mean, seriously? Oh my God. That's amazing. So, if you didn't want to use chocolate, you could always take a little bit of honey and then sprinkle on, you know, more nuts or a little bit of cinnamon. I mean, seriously, you could really do anything. Oh my God. All right. I think I've worked hard enough to just get in this one little bite. From start to finish, this was fun, it was simple. Just took a few ingredients. And these are gonna last in my fridge. Probably not very long, because I'll probably eat them all. But if you store these right, they last up to about 2 weeks sealed in an airtight container. For more recipes, more tips, subscribe to tastyfreedom.com below. start eating and making more delicious food.